Hey, what's up, Redskin Nation? Thank you for joining us for another week of the blog, week 7. Crazy week last week. We all know Grossman got benched and then we put back in. And the first thing I noticed on Sunday was Grossman was not on the sideline when Beck was warming up. And then come to find out, Rex had this 103-degree fever. And I'm like, that's kind of convenient. You know, had he been starting, would he have played? And then all of a sudden, the week that he gets pulled, he gets this fever. So those things you make you go, Anyway, Beck kind of did what I thought he was going to do. Started off really nervous, came on strong at certain parts, but we had much more of a balanced attack. And I noticed that with Baby Shanahan. Like, he gives a much favorable play calling to Beck, even way back to preseason, than he does to Rex. Rex, he makes him put it in the air constantly. And to me, you know, when Rex puts it in the air constantly, he's going to get intercepted. But with Beck, he kept it on the ground a lot. He ran the ball. He ran high tower more times in the first quarter and a half than they did the entire game last week. And I just noticed they tried to hide him a little bit. He had spurts of where he was really good. I won't lie. He used his feet, but I don't feel he was so much better than Rex because the play calling, had Rex been in that play calling, I feel like it might just have been a little bit better. But I just don't know when the attention is going to be taken from Beck, from Grossman, and put into Baby Shanahan because his play calling from week to week has gotten a lot more suspect. And it's going to come a time where daddy is going to have to say, maybe, son, you're not ready for this job. That's just what I'm saying. Right now, nepotism and ego is hurting our team. The defense is hurting our team, too. Jim Haslett in that 3-4 looked really good at the beginning of the season. They said we got the parts in place that that can play this kind of defense. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as of late, they have not been playing this defense. And all I'm saying is, look, D-Hall, do me a favor. I told you a couple weeks ago, shut up and get inside of your playbook. But once again, you decide you want to talk. And then he starts talking about, and this time he sounded like a real punk, ladies and gentlemen, okay? He was talking about Cam Newton, and he's like, well, Cam is like 6'5", and he's like 250, and he's so big, and for a small guy like me to try to pull him down? Really? You're a football player, okay? Shut up and go play. And do me a favor. When you're in coverage next time, stop trying to always go for the big play and playing 10 yards off your guy and getting burned. Kill me. And then you want to talk about why you weren't on Steve Smith the whole game. Oh, ask the coaches because I don't know. You weren't on him because you were on him the first quarter and you kept getting burnt. Wilson and Barnes didn't do any better. Our secondary is hurting, ladies and gentlemen. OJ Togway was out for another week. Until we can get better back there, guys are going to know they can go in the air. We gave up a lot of rushing yards, too. It was just a bad defensive effort all the way around. But I attested to a lot of guys were sick. They even said Fletch was throwing up on the sideline, but still going in there, you know, until he hurt his hammy late in the game. I don't know. And speaking of Fletch hurting his hammy, our injuries, as you see, Hightower is lost for the season. A torn ACL, that is devastating. Now Moss, we have another receiver out. Well, Cooley's a tight end, but he led our team in receiving yards, so I look at him as a receiver. Moss out 5 to 7 weeks with a broken hand. Cooley is still talking to his orthopedic surgeon. He doesn't know how long he's going to be out. So we have all these injuries, not to mention Lichtensteiger gone and Trent not knowing when he's going to come back. It just made me sit and think how the first week of the season, I won't say the first week, actually the first month of the season, you know, we were like, okay, this is not half bad. But I always said I was cautiously optimistic. Let's go to the tape. And then I look at our team now, and I'm like, what happened? What happened to us? It's like we look so good early on and feel good about ourselves. Then the injuries started to happen. Then the quarterback changed. Then more injuries. And it's almost like this cloud just hanging over our head. I don't know if you remember the old cartoon Charlie Brown and how I think it was Charlie Brown, how he used to always have like the little cloud over his head, and it would always rain, and the sun would be shining everywhere else around him, even on people that it didn't shine on a long time. It would even shine on them sometimes, but we always just had this cloud overhead. That's how I feel as a Redskin fan. This cloud just stays raining over our head. And I don't know. They say even the sun shines on a dog's behind every once in a while. Well, you know what? It hasn't shined on our behind in a long time, ladies and gentlemen. When is it our time? When is it our time? Okay. I said I wasn't going to do this. I said I was going to calm down and take deep breaths. I did the same thing on Sunday, and I said to myself, self, you cannot get this worked up. You have enough stress going on with all the different ventures you're doing. You need to get it together. And it took me back to one of my favorite television shows from my early childhood, A Different World. And I don't know if you guys remember, Whitley would go see this psychiatrist played by Debbie Allen. And Debbie Allen would always tell her, girl, you need to let go. And she gave her this mantra that I always use till this day. Relax, relate, release. And that's what I had to do, ladies and gentlemen. I had to take a deep breath, woosah, and relax. Then I had to just relate that this is just us. This is just what happens to us. And one day, maybe not soon, maybe in the far, far future, one day though, we'll be good. And then released it into the universe. Because you know what? I can't take it anymore. So all I'm going to do is stay behind my team and say, you know what? I'm going to keep the faith that one day we'll be good. We got the Buffalo Bills coming up this week. Ryan Fitzpatrick has got his bunch of misfit toys, just going. Don't they seem like, what is that? Is that the Nutcracker in the land of the misfit toys? That's kind of like what the Buffalo Bills are. Like, nobody knew who they were. Nobody knows anybody on that team. But all of a sudden, these guys are playing like really, really good. Like, don't throw out your old toys, ladies and gentlemen. They might come back to life one day. Anyway, I don't know. I don't know. We'll see what John Beck does. I'm going to give him one more week. I cannot judge him based on 1 week. I can't even do that. So I'll give him one more week to see what we do. Hopefully our secondary will come to play a little bit better. These injuries, which means our young guys are going to have to step up. Logan, Hankerson, Paul, we'll be looking for you to do big things in the coming weeks. All right. Till next week, Redskin Nation out.